Hi guys, it's Kendi back from Skint to Mint. This is the Money Well Spent podcast. Crazy stories throughout the week. We've got people that spent crazy amounts of money on crazy items. I want to say a big thank you to Heart of England for giving me the money to actually start this podcast and make this reality. But we have a second guest today who is Ebony Smith.
Hiya.
Ebony spent a lot of money on modelling and she's here today to talk about that. So Ebony, let's hear about your background and how you came here today.
Basically, I just used to want to do like modelling, like for PLT and stuff like that, like Boohoo, and
Boohoo man? Oh no. Oh.
No. Just because you wouldn't be able to get into Boohoo man and I would. But
man, sponsor me. This is Boohoo man. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, so I want to do modelling because I feel like it would have brought my confidence and it would make a lot of people notice me for my body and that as well. Not in like a sexual way, but as in like people accept my body for being like really skinny because most people now own like the thick bodies. So I want them to appreciate me a bit more. Skinny girls matter.
So you wanted to break down stereotypes and just create a new scene, basically.
Yeah, but also I don't want people like saying like, oh, like skinny people are appreciated. You know what I mean?
So you just want to bring something different to modelling, basically.
Yeah.
Ebony, from a young age, what did she want to be when she was growing up?
I've always wanted to be an actor. J-Lo, triple threat, dancer, singer, actor. I loved it. I loved her.
What type of films did you want to be in? Like the comedies,
horrors, comedy, romance, all of them. To be fair, I love all of them. Even documentaries, I'd sit there and talk about. I love documentaries.
Which kind of documentaries?
Oh my god, I watched The Night Stalker on Netflix. You need to watch it. I actually loved it.
Everyone out there, Night Stalker.
Yeah. And Ted Bundy, just making sure. Bundy. And Evil Genius. Oh.
Personally, my favourite one is Will Smith. I don't even know if that's a documentary, but but Ebony, how did you actually get into modelling? Where did it all start?
I just kept looking on Google for agencies, but obviously I didn't look well enough to understand.
What do you mean by not looking well?
To understand what was fraud and what wasn't, and which ones were scams. So obviously in my head I was quite young, so I just thought I'm just going to apply for all of them and do whatever one helps me.
Bringing it back, what do you mean by, because a lot of young people out there look at like self-body, like self-confidence. What do you mean by not looking well?
Like, I'm just really skinny, like I don't have a lot of meat on my bones. So like, obviously I'd want to be bigger, but it's hard. It's hard to get thicker.
Well, I got a secret. Nana's cooking, yeah. Shout out Nan. Behind the scenes as well. Nan cook, put meats on the bone, you know what I mean? But Ebony, what was your first modelling gig?
This one in London. I can't even remember what it was called, but it was the only one I did, and after doing that I just didn't want to carry on modelling. And
could you explain that? Why do you stop after that first one? What actually happened?
Because they got me all excited. They called me and said that my pictures were fine and and that they wanted me to come in and do practice photo shoots and like do my makeup and all that. And they actually had the audacity. So obviously they asked me for my £50 deposit, and I thought that was normal at the time. Yeah. And my mum don't really know nothing about modelling, so she just was like, yeah, let's dash in that £50. And and then obviously we travelled there, which is probably like £50 for both of us there.
And how long was that? How long was the train?
I think it was, I don't know, about an hour and a half, I guess.
Oh my God. So they made you travel.
I know, they made me travel. They even did my hair and they couldn't do enough to my hair because my hair was in braids. Oh. But my makeup, I had to bring a whole suitcase of my clothes. Imagine that.
How long did it last? For a whole suitcase?
It was a good 3 hours.
Okay.
It was 3 hours session. And when I tell you, the pictures were rubbish. And obviously, because I was young, I used to think, oh my God, I look good. But now I look back at them and I'm like, what was I doing? Because that is disgusting. Them photos look nasty. Like, if I actually put them up somewhere, I'd actually get violated.
So what do you think about the people there? Because you said you got scammed.
They were so nice. They were actually so nice, like I believed them. Like, they were like, oh, you look so pretty. I was like, yeah, no, I know. They were lying because they just wanted my money. And then I found out that when they were like, oh, we're going to call back like the people upstairs that I've got through, I was watching and I literally seen every single person go back up and come back down happy, and I was like, so you've got in. And obviously I was thinking, oh, imagine if I go there now and I'm the only one that didn't get in. Then they told me they got in, and I was a bit like, that's a bit mad.
What, a bit apprehensive, like at
Yeah,
first?
like it's a bit like everyone's got in, like why? Like I know there was.
It's a bit
I don't want to be
fishy
rude.
when everyone gets in.
Yeah, and I don't want to be rude, but there were certain people that weren't made for modelling. But I'm not saying I was made for modelling. But I'm just saying like there were certain people that you're like, come on, like I've just watched you do your photo shoot. Like that is not like it's not
their
right.
positions weren't.
Yeah, like they weren't.
They weren't all there. They weren't all there.
They weren't doing it.
So what happened when they told you you actually got in?
So they told me I got in, and then they told me I had to pay for the photos that they took, and it was £1,000 for 10 of them, and that weren't even all of them. I know that weren't even all of them, but obviously, I was like, yes, I'm gonna be a model, and I was so happy, and like I was like, Mum, just pay the £1,000, just quick send it, and then obviously, Mum was like, I don't have the money, so I had to call up my dad, who I hardly actually talked to, but I wanted the money bad. And I was like, oh, Dad, please send the money. He didn't want to send it. So obviously I was like, yo, so like I'm just not gonna be a model because my parents don't want to help me. Yeah. So obviously I'm like, yeah, say no more. I didn't talk to my mum for that whole journey back home.
Them ones. Them ones where you get angry at your mum, like, oh, what do you do? What are you doing?
Like, what are you doing? Like, fix up, like, do you know what I mean? And I was just like, you know what, just don't talk to me, Mum. She's like, Ebony's a scam. I was like, I don't want to hear it. Like, I wanted to cry. I was on the train and I was like, oh my God, like I just can't, like this is so unfair. Like I could have been a big successful model.
You could have been the new like Britney Spears with this.
I could have been the new Naomi Campbell. Oh my, I could have been Naomi Campbell. And my mum and my dad could still help me. Exactly.
So the ride home was a bit awkward. So what was the next steps after that? Did you hear back from
them? They kept calling and asking for the money, and obviously I already came to terms that it was a scam. Because there were these people, basically they used my photo without my consent, and they put it on their Instagram and a video of me of like saying how much I had a good time there. So basically I'm a part of their scam now.
So they literally lied. They said that you were consented.
They basically told them that I'm now a model, and I was like, I actually wish. But and then like people just kept texting me and DMing me and be like, oh, like, is this a scam? Like, I did this, but they haven't given my money back and all that. And I was like, yeah, don't do it. It's a scam. Like, just don't listen to anything they say because they're just chatting rubbish.
So what did your friends think when you said, oh, I'm going to become a model? Like, what did your friends think? Did your friends say anything? I
don't really talk to my friends and say, oh, like, I'm going to be a model or oh, I'm going to be an actress. Like, I'd be like the only friend that I can say that I will have a flow conversation with about acting, and that is Unique. Just because she does the same as me.
You're on the same.
We're on the same level, and obviously at schools we used to bounce off each other and everything. Like we bounce off each other when we do stuff. So it's like, but like, I tell my friend Rochelle when I get scammed. I tell her anything funny. I will tell her because obviously I find it funny now, but at the moment I wanted to cry.
Wow, talk about Rochelle. You put your Rochelle's number down, but why did you put Rochelle's number down as someone that will support you and that you want to talk to on the podcast today?
Because, like, I know she's supporting me even though we're both laughing about it. Well, I hope so. I hope she's not just laughing to be, like, evil about it.
Wow. We're about to call Rochelle right now.
Okay.
Hello, is this Rochelle?
Hello. Yeah, hello.
I'm with Ebony today, and we're just going to talk about the time that she got scammed from modelling. And are you free to talk?
Yeah, I'm free.
Okay, so what do you think when Ebony told you that she got scammed from modelling? What's your first reaction?
Well, I grew up with Ebony from like since we were knee height, but Ebony's always been like a person to be like quite creative and just out in the public eye, and so she's always thought like she's not really insecure, but just like tried to be skinny girls. You know what I mean? Like skinny girls towards like the public eye, and so she got into modelling, and I thought it might be a bit dodgy, but it was a good idea that she had.
So, Ebony, what was your first reaction when? What was Rochelle's first reaction when you told her it was a scam? Was she laughing? Was she like, you got scammed?
No, obviously, I didn't tell her I got scammed until I found it funny, so I didn't mind her laughing. So like, obviously, she'd be like, oh wow, But then I'd laugh, and then that's when she knows, yeah, she can laugh.
Rochelle, I got a question
Yeah.
for you.
Go on.
If Ebony needed £1,000 for her modelling career, would you give Ebony £1,000?
Sorry, if Ebony needed £1,000.
Yeah, you heard the question. Don't act like you didn't hear it. If Ebony needed
Wow.
£1,000 for modelling, would you give her?
How do you know she even has
£1,000?
£1,000?
Word, to be honest, I'd love £1,000 right now.
But let's say
I
theoretically
think
you had £1,000, but you were saving that money. Would you actually give it to her?
If I had £1,000 to give Ebony, I'd have to do my research into the whole modelling company. You know what I mean?
Mm. And
But
what if it's all legit? Would you give it to her?
if it's all legit and I had it,
That sounds like a
No,
no.
She wouldn't.
I'd put some money towards it because I actually do see a lot of talent in Ebony. Like, she can do it. She's very good at like, modelling and things.
How do you feel like when she's saying all this stuff, like that she sees talent in you, that you can be a model?
God,
How do you feel?
honest, I just want to laugh. Just because we don't compliment each other like
You
that.
don't have these conversations.
Yeah, we don't talk like that.
Mm.
Everything's just funny.
Ebony, her name's Rochelle.
Yeah.
But, Rochelle, thank you for talking today, but we're going to get back to Ebony, but thank you for coming to the podcast.
Okay, thank you for calling. Bye.
Thank you. We actually reached out to a lot of people outside of this, and we put your picture up. I'm going to see what they had to say to you as well.
My
So-
picture.
Yeah, we put your picture up, and we said, have you got any questions to ask Ebony about modelling?
Okay.
Yeah. So Amy said, could you give me advice? I was told to pay £3,000 for a photo book.
Don't do it.
Why not
Because
to do it?
no real modelling agency actually asks for money. The proper legit ones, they don't ask for you to pay for your portfolios. They may ask you to put a deposit down for them to get them and do the photo shoot, but they shouldn't ask you for any more money after that. That's what I learned.
So Amy, hopefully that answered your question. Do not pay for it. Don't pay for the phone book. Learn from everybody's mistakes and use them as success, and use it something to drive you to do something better and make better decisions.
son.
Yeah, I need some water. But Trey said, it's not just women. I was scammed £5,000 and I am a man. I now do OnlyFans and make £7,000 a day. Oh my gosh, £7,000 a day. I wish I had £7,000 a day. What do you think about Trey? And he used to do modelling, but he got scammed.
Obviously, it's any gender. Anyone can get scammed. Any age, any gender. You just have to make sure you're cautious about it, to be honest. And the OnlyFans, I rate that he's getting that much money.
I've got a question for you linked to that.
Okay.
If you would you do OnlyFans to boost your modelling career?
No.
Why would it?
Not at all.
If it would boost it a lot and you get a lot of money, you still wouldn't do it?
Do you know what? Yeah. I'd make an OnlyFans account, but not with me in it. You know how some people make their OnlyFans account and put other people in it? I'd rather do that than have myself in it. But then I wouldn't want to put out anybody else's body out there, to be fair. Because there's a lot of other things you can do than get naked on camera and people to pay. Because, like, I'm not, like, there's free websites for that. Why are people going to pay for it? Do you get what I'm saying? But, like...
So you wouldn't?
No, not at all. I think it's...
You think it's what?
I think it's very silly to do, personally. But that's just an opinion. Some people think otherwise.
Let me show you the camera. I've got £5,000 right now.
Okay.
I mean, how do you feel when you're looking at this?
I want it. That's literally
Wait,
how I
hold
feel.
this. If I said £5,000, yeah, and £5,000 to get into modelling, and would you spend all that money on modelling if I give you £5,000 right now?
No.
What do you put it towards?
My family, my mom and my siblings.
So would you say your mindset changed from thinking about modelling? Would you say?
It's not that. It's just I would rather see my family, like my nan and my auntie and all my mum and that, with the money than me. If that makes sense. But obviously, I'd keep 1,000 for myself. each household can get 1,000 each. Wait, how much is it?
£5,000 right there.
Oh, 5,000.
How much of that 5,000 actually went to your actual modelling career? How much did you actually spend?
Nothing. It's still here.
No, how much do you spend in real life?
Well, I only truly actually spent about £200 because I didn't pay for the portfolios, so I was a lucky one. My parents didn't want to give me the money, so I was lucky.
But my parents wouldn't even do the same either.
You're such a liar. Your mum would.
No, she would
You know
not.
your
She
mum
would
would.
not. But if you could look into the camera right now and give one message to the youth, what'd you say? What would be your advice to young people on how they spend their money?
Watch how you spend stuff, and don't listen to false stuff. So like if you're given
So do your
false
research.
information, research it before you jump into it, because if you lose all that money, what are you gonna do?
Ebony, one more time, could you look down the camera, and is this money well spent, would you say?
No, I could have for £200 I could have gone shopping and also got food from KFC as well.
No, McDonald's, nah.
KFC.
Nah, McDonald's,
KFC.
Big Mac,
McDonald's.
nuggets,
Yeah, the 20
Yeah.
nuggets are
and
banging
apple
still,
pie, yeah.
but not
But
KFC.
where can everyone find you if everyone wants to reach out to you to get advice?
My Instagram is it's baby_ebs, which is ITS BXBY_EBS.
Well, this has been the Money Well Spent podcast. If you guys want to comment down below or subscribe, just subscribe down below to the channel, turn notifications on. I always hear people say that, so I'm just going to jump on the trend. But Skinterman everywhere, and I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Ebony, it's been a pleasure, and see you later.
Bye.